Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today's another mail day. This is actually kind of thick, so we'll do this one first. This one is from 95 in Delaware, is where I got these from. So, here again, don't remember it. Now, obviously, all of this was ordered long before I took possession of the whole thing. That's nifty. Let's even get the receipt in there. That's Razia's Purification in foil. Each player chooses 3 permanents and then sacrifices the rest. That's an old original Ravnica thing there. And then this one is from Freedom Gaming in Ohio. And as I remember, this was a ton of stuff. Well, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was a lot of Commander cards from... See, all of those are command towers because, let's face it, I use a bunch of them. And now Commander Legends has actually gotten those cheap. So all of those are command towers. How many is that? 47. Yeah, that's 47 command towers. So, that'll last through, 47 decks, assuming they're not monocolored, because, sometimes you don't really need a command tower in a monocolor deck, but yeah, that was kind of uneventful. But I tell you what, we will do some answering of some... Whoa! I'm using, obviously, a different camera. And I just unscrewed the damn thing. Okay, we're going to have to... Is this going to be my first editing thing? There we go. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay. Anyway, I have had some, obviously, a lot of questions in the comments and a lot of messages and stuff. People asking about this giant collection there that I recently bought. Y'all saw the first box. There's, oh my gosh, 100 more or more. And what it was, yeah, because that's a lot of cards to find in one place at one time. That's a rather large collection. And so what it was I bought the remaining contents of an LGS that went out. He was a good friend of mine and just, ready to move on to a different phase of his life. Wonderful guy. Love him to death. And he was closing down, so I offered him to buy everything in the building. So, this is what happens. And he had been open for a long time, over a decade, and had bought several other stores' collections out through the years. And so, yeah, this is quite a bit of stuff. Now, what's not in here is all of the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. That's in a different room. But, yeah. It's a bunch of cards. So, hope that shed some light on, where all these came from. And it looks like from that first box, there was a lot of Commander goodies in there, Now, granted, I know that I use a lot of cards that a lot of people don't. Just because I'm weird, I guess. But, yeah, there was a lot of those in there. I mean, that was a good stack of what? 300 or 400 cards. It was a bunch. So anyway, that's what I have got for today. I guess I could, since I'm doing like this mailbag thing. Let me pull up the last some comments here, to see if there's any other questions y'all have that I can answer real quick. Green fairies. Yes, it's a lot of cards, a lot of cards. And yes, there are thumbs, and when you're sorting through that many cards, that like right there, your thumb muscle and that just but after a while, you don't even feel it. It kind of goes numb. So, uh, yes, it's a bunch of cards. Have I ever considered opening my own LGS? Funny story. Um, I had an LGS. What is this? 2021. 12 years ago. I did a 24-month experiment. It was I opened in '08. Yeah, because '08 is when Worlds was in Memphis. Yeah, not big enough to get a pro tour, but we got Worlds. Um, and I was open for 24 months because I had signed a 24-month lease as an experiment, pretty much, to see if I could do it. As it turns out, I could. A lifetime of running retail establishments, kind of helps that. So, but at the time, I had closed it down because I had four children all at home, all with a very separate set of needs, and all of which involved dad. So, shut it down to focus on now. We flash forward to now, and I only have one that's 17. All the rest are grown. They're out living their lives, doing their things, not playing Magic. But I started several years ago on a plan, and this is like the first time I've made this public. So a few of my local people know, but I will, in fact, be opening one up now. It's going to be a couple years in the future. I have got, essentially, this is like a 10-year plan that I've got 2 years left out of. I've been working towards it for a while. But now, with this last purchase, it has given me everything I need to set up shop, pretty much. I just need a building and the timing to be right, because there's other factors that factor into it. But yeah, target is 23 sometime, maybe. Don't know. Plans can change. Stuff can happen. Um, but yeah, that's have and will again. That will be my what I like to call my retirement. Are we going to hear about how you acquire this lot or any stats? No, I will not disclose the price because obviously that was just between me and him. But as far as quantity, those are 5,000 count boxes. Now they're labeled as 5,000 count boxes, but we all know that Magic cards are a little thinner than sports cards that they use to size them. So there's no telling how many thousands of Magic cards are in there. But 5,000 count boxes, there are roughly just a shade over 100 of them. Um, that's a bunch of cards. Now, I already had a bunch of cards in this room. It was, are we might be closing in on 1,000,000 cards in this room. Now, granted, I do not own the Power 9 or anything like that. I mean, I've had 3 or 4 sets of those go through my hands over the years when they were worth nothing as close to what they're worth at now. But No, I don't regret selling them because I did those at different times of my life, and you know, ends justifies the means in that particular circumstance, and what I got was well worth not having it. But anyway, shoot, there was one time I bought a truck. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, we're at that magical Rudy 10-minute mark, past the 10-minute mark. So, I don't, and I've never understood why he's like so adamant about the 10-minute mark. I don't get it. Like there was that one where he just sit there eating popcorn until he ran off the clock to 10 minutes. I don't. Maybe it's just me. What's in the box? Will you ever make an all non-English deck? No. It's just short answer, no. I didn't have a whole lot of non-English stuff. Now, I was under the impression when the very first Commander set released, and they were like, we're making these 5 Commander decks, and you can just buy the whole deck, and I was like, all right, I'll buy one of each. And I found a Japanese set of decks, and I bought them. I had no idea there was new cards in it. I thought they were all going to be reprints. So yeah, there's nothing worse than, I don't know what this card does, and you have to like whip out your phone in the middle of a game and to go to gatherings. It's like, well, I know it's a 3/3 and I know it's red, but and so I just didn't have a lot of them. Now I've gotten several through the years. Like I caught a heck of a deal on a box of a few sets here and there that was really really cheap on some foreign language stuff. But now I noticed in this collection that I just bought, there's a box up there that's just labeled foreign language. So I have no clue what's in it. Matter of fact, that may be the next box that we do, because we're just operating from memory. And now I have a really good memory of a lot of the older cards. Some of the newer stuff, if it didn't make Commander decks, then if it didn't make any of my decks impress me enough to include it in a deck, I don't know a lot of the newer stuff. But yeah, that may be a good box to go through, just to see what's in there. But let's see. Yeah, I think that may be it for the recent questions. But I do appreciate y'all watching, and I have got a deck lined up. Finished the Zendikar Rising deck, and I have another one of my playgroups decks here that's amazing that I have lost to a million times. But it's one of those decks that you lose to, but it's always fun to lose to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's cool. Anyway. Appreciate the rambling. Y'all listened to the rambling today, and sorry about the camera thing earlier. But thank you so much, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.